CSGO investing on YouTube is a highly competitive scene, but today I'm going to be doing what no one has done before, and I'm going to go ahead and pay for some investing advice relating to CSGO. How are you doing? I'm Master Shiny, and today we're going to be buying some CSGO investing advice or Steam advice in general on Fiverr, seeing how that turns out for us, and just overall seeing if I'm able to profit and how these people who are giving me the advice have so-called profited themselves. Now with this video, I'm not going to be just exposing everything these people have given me. Obviously, they're trying to run a business to some sort of extent here, and my goal is not to destroy those businesses. Today, I'm going to be giving each of them a ranking based on how accurate and decent the advice is in my opinion, and we're going to be going over a couple of the things I noticed with each of them. The thing is, on Fiverr, I ordered 3 of these different sellers, but the thing is, Fiverr isn't immediate. There's time between you ordering it and you actually receiving the product, and that's why I am so grateful for today's sponsor Journey, who helped me pass the time. Are you looking for a brand new friend, someone that won't judge you but you can design to be exactly how you would like them? Then look no further. Journey is the brand new app that will help you connect with whoever you're looking to meet. Journey is an AI companion that is whatever you create it to be. There's tons of super easy to use settings to help create your perfect friend or partner. The part I personally like about it the most is that the AI actually understands what you're saying and you're not getting generic responses. Journey is always interested in exactly what you have to say. It feels as if you're actually communicating with a real person. Journey gives you the opportunity to be heard with their understanding of your text, images, and even voice messages. Journey is super flexible with their settings, and it's a great user-friendly app that allows you quick and easy access to personalize your AI. So what are you waiting for? Click on the link in the top of the description and start chatting with a friend who's always ready to listen. Now, I asked all 3 of these people, who I'm going to refer to as the investors, the same questions, but I'm going to get to that in just a second. First, I want you to realize the purpose of buying these. When you're buying this package, you're going to be getting some copy and paste document. That's really just par for the course. The main reason I would suggest you to buy this is if you're looking for someone who's going to walk you through the process or be there to answer your questions. As much as I would like to, I am not able to answer everyone's questions, and for what I paid $12.55 each, these people would most likely answer your questions along the way. You're buying their time for roughly a week or 5 days or however long they're going to help you, and that's the main point I would get out of purchasing one of these packages. The things I'm going to see in these packages are things that you can find on my channel already. You're not missing any hidden opportunity. You're mainly buying these people's packages so you can get in contact with them and they can tell you their experience through all of these processes. But I haven't even introduced you to our investors yet. So first up, we've got Shakir coming in from India, and he's been a member on Fiverr since May of 2021. Our second investor is Inflex GG, who's been on Fiverr since 2018, coming in from Poland. And then finally, last, we've got Daniel from Slovakia. Since May 2020, he's been on Fiverr. Now, all 3 of these sellers offer 3 different price ranges. I went with the basic price range for all of these because I felt that was going to be the most fair comparison. They were all $10, and pretty much almost all of these sellers had 5 ratings or below, which makes me a little hesitant to shell out $50 to someone that doesn't even have like 10 or 15 ratings even at the basic package. But I kind of got an overall idea of everything and how people are towards the buyer for the $10 basic package. Now we're gonna start with Shakir here. Now Shakir was constantly messaging me before even anything had happened, which is nice to know that there was a seller that was interested in making sure the experience was there. Now I do believe this is slightly tainted, if you will, because later he asked me if I was Master Shiny because I foolishly put my name as Master Shiny on Fiverr. I did link him a different Steam account for a different project I am working on, so I don't think he was specifically on me at that point, and judging by the fact that he doesn't have a ton of ratings or orders coming in, I would assume how this is the majority of his customers are treated. Now, the document Shakir sent me, in my opinion, I would say this is a pretty good rough summary of the major ways to profit on Steam, and I'm not going to specifically say them in case you're looking to purchase this and I don't want to take take away his sales. This, with the combination of messaging him as he was very receptive to all of my messages, leads me to believe that this would have been a great starter package for someone looking to get into the investing game. After that, we've got Daniel, and that's pretty much where the good ends, is when we get to Daniel, because Daniel did not deliver on any front, in my opinion. I received about a page-long document stating the very basics of supply and demand. Now, the advice Daniel gives is to know your market well, and while obviously that is very important, the whole point of me purchasing this Fiverr was to help figure out how to profit. I could have told you that you need to know the market well if you want to learn how to profit. That's the whole reason people are purchasing this Fiverr gig, and therefore it's just kind of undermining the whole entire value of it, telling people that that's what they need to do behind a $12 paywall. This is the most disappointing one out of the bunch, I would say, because it has no relation to CSGO or even Steam in general. His biggest piece of advice is to know your market and to find things before they get expensive, which is probably the most bland and unrealistic advice there is. And just to give you an idea of how much blubber was in this document I was sent, there's about 400 words, roughly, give or take, the actual introduction piece, and you're going to be left with 140 words telling you to buy an upgraded package, which is almost 35% of the document you get sent is trying to upsell you to a product in which you don't know about the product and you don't get any information out of this product. But it does get much better when we head on over to Inflex GG. Now, Inflex GG's document was the most clean we've seen. It's very nice and it's very aesthetically pleasing to look at. This one by Inflex was slightly different than the other two. This one specifically says what their investments roughly are and what investments they've had in the past. The reason I like this one, or what I like about this one, is that they have their best investments and their worst investments to give you an idea of what specifically they're holding. See, one of the questions I asked all three of the sellers were what was their Steam account, and none of them responded with their Steam account, which is to be expected. I didn't really expect their Steam account, but the answer I was looking for was just to see how respectful they were of my question. I've got a couple other questions we're going to get to in just a minute, but back to Inflex here. He's got his autographs here that he mainly talks about and everything to do with his investments. You can see this. I'm not afraid of sharing this because this is their specific investments. The one that stood out to me the most was the crazy Berlin sticker, because they didn't classify that they sold this, which I would assume they have to, because if you don't know, the crazy sticker from Berlin 2019 is now sitting at 23 cents or less than it did 3 years ago when it was for sale. So I mentioned earlier, I asked all three of these sellers three specific questions. How much money do I need to invest? How much time is needed? And how much money have you made investing? Now, as with everything has gone this video, the response that I got from Daniel was less than satisfying. Daniel gave me the most bland answer possible, saying that there's not a set amount of money, there's not a set amount of time, and the amount of money he's made is 689%, which is a very bad estimate or number to give, considering I don't know what his base starting capital was, and therefore I really have no use for that number at all. Now, the answers I got from Inflex GG were pretty satisfactory. They beat around the bush slightly in some specific areas, saying that the amount of money I need to invest, it's not there's a specific amount of money, which personally I was looking for. I was very interested to see how much these people specifically thought was needed to invest or flip or do whatever specifically they were telling me to do in this situation. But the answers I got here were satisfactory enough and not something I really expected more. They're thorough enough, and honestly, they're probably what I would expect from a $10 package on Fiverr. And then finally, the responses from Shakir. Now, the responses I got from Shakir are basically what I was looking for. They seemed like responses you would give to a friend, giving me rough estimates, saying that you need around $15 USD to start, which is definitely a number that could be in the ballpark of what you're looking for. He says it'll pay probably around a month to get you going, and that he started with around $15 and made up around $1,000 USD. Now, that's his rough estimate. This is pretty much what I was looking for. I was interested to see what answers they would give, and this is pretty much much exactly what I estimated would happen. Now we get to the awards section. Now Shakir, I'm going to say he was like treating me as a friend, whereas Inflex GG was treating me as a consultant. It's pretty much what you want to get from the situation. Both of these I had very satisfactory responses with. I had very satisfactory everything. I enjoyed this Fiverr experience with both of them. Shakir is going to be getting my most receptive award. He was very receptive to what I was saying, and when I sent him a message, he actually responded relatively quickly and usually in a couple messages to make sure I understood what he was saying. And when we're talking about Inflex GG, he is going to be getting the most clear and professional award. As I mentioned before, everything was typed out very clear, very professionally, everything I would expect from a $10 Fiverr package. And then Daniel is going to get the most unrelated award because honestly nothing in the document he sent me even related to Steam in the slightest, and when I sent him a message on what his Steam account was, he ignored me and finished the request for my Fiverr package. The biggest way I can say to explain everything is when I was talking to Shakir, it was like I was learning from a friend. When I was talking to Inflex GG, it was like I was learning from a colleague, and when I talked to Daniel, it was like I was learning from someone that was in the movie Wolf of Wall Street. But as always guys, I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.